Don't need some hair and makeup or anything. Okay, you ready? Okay. So we're getting ready to go beach fishing. I like to put fresh line on all the reels. Right now we're stripping the old line off. Not all of it though, probably about 150 yards or so. I got a little splice in there where I always go to. The line throughout the season gets all nicked and frayed and cut. So it's important to have good line because that's what Larry Finch said to do. The wider your line, the farther you can cast. It doesn't get affected by the current and the wave action as much as a heavier line. I think it's better than braid because it has stretch in it. It's a lot cheaper than braid. And when you get a backlash on these conventional reels, it's easier to get undone. And here we're just tying a double uni knot to connect the old line to the new line. 4 wraps on each side. Uni knot is good because you can trim your tag ends really close and not have the knot compromised. Probably about 150 yards of fresh line, a little top shot. Shock leader on it, 20-pound shock leader. That's all that you need. Cast in 5 or 6 ounce weights. The 20-pound, another double uni knot. 20-pound, you do 3 wraps. The 15-pound main line, you do 4 wraps. Trim your tag ends real close. That way they don't get in your way when you're casting. And then I put about 4 or 5 handle cranks of 20-pound on there. And then we tie on a new rig. £15 dropper loop rig. You can make them any length you want. If you want to see how they're made and see how to make the dropper loop board, go see our other video. Another double uni knot there. I don't use a swivel or anything. You can, but I just like to have nice clean connection there. Less terminal tackle, the better, I feel. And I do 3 loops. The bottom loop, and put a duo lock snap, feed the loop through the hole, and go over top of it, you snell it on there. That way the sinker's real easy to put on and off. And then when you're traveling, you just take the sinker off and not banging nothing up. And then this rod will put a couple of floats on it. So I just like these little yellow and white floats. Put the float on. We always use 2.0 Eagle Claw circle hooks by Eagle Claw. They're made in America. Put the hook on the same way as the snap. Snell it through the eye. And these floats have a big hole in it and they come with these pegs. They're called peg floats. Shove the peg in there. And then work it down over top of the hook a little bit. And you got a little float hook. Floats, stays there good. It protects the line right at the hook. And then that's it. Hook your 2 hooks together. Take your snap, hook it on your guide. Always hook it to your guide frame, not the guide eye. They don't do damage to it. And that's it. You're ready to go travel. We'll do the rest of these rods and then we'll get back to you. So we got all the rods rigged up and ready to roll. Make sure our tackle's good. Keep everything simple. Throw 1 sinker, 5 ounce pyramid sinkers. I also have 5 ounce Sputnik sinkers that I always bring in case we need extra holding power. 2.0 Eagle Claw circle hooks. Bring extra duo locks. Floats. 1 color, 1 size. I have this thing of beads here that I never use, but they've been there since day 1, so they stay. And then I got some extra pegs and a wrench in case I gotta take one of my reels apart. My tackle box for pompano fishing, whiting fishing, beach fishing. I like to have about 20 rigs pre-tied of dropper loops. Just keep them on that little spool there. You just slide it out, pull them out as you need it. Bring a spool of 20-pound shock leader for retying, because you will have to retie. Easy Flea fish bites. Fish dehooker, made by Baker. This is the only good one that you can buy. All the other ones are garbage. This one works really well with circle hooks. Put it in there, squeeze the handle, and it rotates the hook, and you just give it a shake. Fish comes off, never have to touch anything. Very good tool. Bring a knife, a pair of scissors. Rags are very important. And I just put everything in this bucket. That's it. That's my tackle for beach fishing. And you got sand spikes, custom made. I like these just because I can put them in the rod holder on the cart, and they're easy to transport that way. I don't have to try to figure out how to rig them up somehow. And I cut the bottom in a dual 45. Makes it a lot easier to drive into the sand. And then the bait tray came with the cart. I extended it so it's a little easier to use. And I put a bigger cutting board on there. Works good. Ready to go catch some fish now. Yay.